And I just want to talk about that for 5 minutes, because that is moving history in and of itself. Because the coach, which saw its first outing at the state opening on the 3rd of June 2014, is composed of over 100 elements from British events, British castles, British buildings, British cathedrals, British vessels, British artefacts. And let me just run through some photographs of what I'm talking about here. Let's stick the first one up. Now, that's the picture from today. And if you look to see below Camilla's hand there, you see these little squares that are embedded in the door frame. Well, they're embedded right around the coach. And in each of these little squares is further embedded a little artifact from something in British history. And if nothing is embedded, the actual piece of wood itself is taken from some, usually a vessel, a boat from British history. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, so there you see what I'm talking about there, these little squares. Now, the little paneling. Okay. So there you see a close-up. There's a little button from Gallipoli. The next piece is wood from the Mayflower. The next thing is something regarding Douglas Bader. That may be from a Spitfire. Next is a piece of wood from the Franklin expedition of 1845. Next up is an artifact from Robert Baden-Powell. And then moving down, you've got something there. Ah, yes, that's meant to be a sliver of wood from the apple tree that Isaac Newton was sitting under. That's what it's meant to be. Hopefully it is. Next one is something from Robert Stevenson. And then the next thing is some piece of metal from the Flying Scotsman. And so it goes on. There's something from the Code Breaking Centre at Bletchley Park. There's a piece from one of Edmund Hillary's ladders that he used to climb Everest. And let's have a look at the next picture. There we go. These are pieces of wood from Canterbury Cathedral, from the HMS Queen Mary, from Kensington Palace, from HMS Victory, of course, from Trafalgar, a piece of wood from Westminster Abbey, something from the Tower of London, and so on. So you're looking there at British history in motion. British history in motion. I'm also told there was a musket ball from the Battle of Waterloo, and there's a fragment of the bronze cannon somewhere from which every Victoria Cross is cast. Okay. And there's even a shard from the Stone of Destiny, which sits under the seats. And that's the part of the Stone of Destiny placed in a capsule right there. Okay. And that's looking back on what somebody said is like a fairy tale coach. Absolutely. A fairy tale coach. And that the gilded frieze is what they call that, the decoration along the top. And that features the national emblems of the Rose of England, the Thistle of Scotland, the Flax of Ireland, and the Leek of Wales. Okay. And then it says there, the crown on the top is made from wood reclaimed from HMS Victory. Okay, that's the crown being carried in today. And I just want to mention about the the gilded frieze there. It's all made from wood. People look on it and like they'll say, "Oh, that's all gold. What an extravagance!" No, it's wood. It's just been gilded. There it is. That's wood carving that's been gilded with gold paint to make it look like it's actually gold. And the gold coach as well that's a wooden coach, and it's been gilded with gold leaf, as they call it. And but the thing is, with the Scottish, we also have a Scottish coach as well, which needs to get an outing. It needs to get an outing. We thought we'd maybe see it back on the 3rd of July. We thought we'd see it last year when the King came up to St. Giles as well, but they keep it locked away for some reason. They need to get it out. They need to get it out, and they shouldn't listen to any of these Republic people who complain about the cost, because even if they pushed the King down the Royal Mile in a wheelbarrow, you know, they'd still complain about the cost of the wheelbarrow. So we don't need to give them any attention.